Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Atulya Deccan, a special quiz on Deccan heritage brought to you by TAC on Curiosity in association with intact chapters of Hyderabad, Pune, Warangal, Narayanpet, and Bagalkot. I am Quizmaster Vishnu. I am hosting this quiz today along with India's first woman professional quizmaster, Megvi Manjunath. We are dedicating this quiz to our friend and patron Rahul Mahanti, who has been supporting us through all our quizzing initiatives since past 1 year or so. He was even part of our previous quiz where he was his usual funny self, and that's how we always want to remember him. Well, Megvi will now take you through the rules of the quiz. Over to you, Megvi.
All right, welcome one and all. To begin with, participants, please log on to www.tacon.org/ad. You can see the link in the description of this video as well as on the screen. Once you're on this web page, if you're using a desktop, you'll find the answer sheet to the left of this video. If you've logged in from a mobile device, you can find the answer sheet placed below this video. You need to start by giving out the required details. Please enter valid details. You need to give the exact name and email ID that you used during the registration. It needs to match with the content in our database. This is what your answer section will look like. Enter the respective answer and click next after each question. We recommend you use headphones for a better experience and be very attentive because the questions will be shown on screen for an average 40 to 45 seconds and will not be revisiting any of these questions later on in the quiz. However, this video can be, you can rewind the video if you want to, but you will be required to submit your answers within 60 seconds following the final question. So please remember that bit. We'll tell you when the timer starts. Once you submit, you should ideally see this message on your screen. If you don't see this, it means you're yet to submit your answer. Well, here is an additional and a very important instruction. Please write your answers only in English without any special characters or symbols. No full stop, no comma, question mark, none of those. Just your answer in English, and do not give descriptive answer unless we specifically ask for it. So please keep your answers very crisp. Another important instruction is that you're not supposed to refresh the page that you're on. If you do, all the answers that you have entered so far will be lost. So please keep that in mind. Do not refresh this page until the end of this quiz. All right, let's begin. We promise you it's going to be a fun set. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Over to you, Vishnu.
Here is question number 1. In 16th century, a Portuguese traveler described a place in Deccan region like this: as large as Rome and very beautiful to the sight, the best provided city in the world. Which city named after a goddess are we talking about? A simple one. First question. Moving on.
Here is question number 2. The Thakar community in Maharashtra is a semi-nomadic 400-year-old Adivasi tribe. They're known for their skills in painting, puppetry, and theatre. As they moved from home to display their art, Chhatrapati Shivaji and the other Maratha rulers hired them not for their artistic skills but for a very political reason. For what purpose were they used by these rulers is the question. They're very well known for this art form called the Kalsutri Bahulya puppetry and the Chitrakati form of paintings. But that was not what these rulers used them for. What political purpose were they used for is the question. Moving on to the next question.
Question number 3. Here we're talking about a certain architectural feature of a Deccan monument, which is believed to symbolize first 4 caliphs of Islam, namely Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, Uthman ibn Affan, and Ali ibn. Which structure and its architectural feature which symbolizes these first 4 caliphs are we talking about? We need both the structure and the feature we are talking about, the feature which symbolizes them. That was question 3. Moving on.
Here is question number 4. The working of which architectural marvel is this equation trying to explain? Quite a simple one. We are talking about a special feature of a major Deccan monument. The first graphic shows a simple law of physics behind it, and the second image shows the construction pattern which facilitates this particular effect. So, simply tell me what effect witnessed in a monument is this? So, you need to name the feature as well as the monument. It's a single part question. So, that's your question number 4. Moving on to the next one.
Question number 5. During a battle with Nizam, Marathas realized that they need an infantry disciplined in the Western style. Hence, they went on to hire men who were well trained in French artillery. Name of this infantry comes from the fact that these men were well trained to be loyal guards. Which infantry are we talking about? We need a simple answer, the name of this infantry, which is a French translation and corruption of the word guards. That was question number 5. Moving on to next question.
Here is question number 6. In summer, the villages around Pulichintala project, which is on the south bank of Krishna River, they flock the project site when the water levels recede in prospect of wealth. Which former glorious site is submerged under these waters is your question. So there is this El Dorado sort of situation that goes on during summer. A site that was known world over between 16th and 19th century. That is the focus of this question. So which very famous glorious site are we talking about? Moving on to the next question.
Question number 7. We're talking about one of the several debated theories about a person called Haryab. He was said to be a general in Tughlaq's army and was sent to quell a rebellion in the Deccan region. But after coming here, he meets a saint, and that saint inspires him to settle down and declare the independence from Delhi. How do we popularly know this Haryab? Haryab is a Islamized version of this person's name mentioned in one of the books. So how do we popularly know this Haryab? That was question number 7. Moving on.
Question number 8. This ruined royal prison near Aurangabad was formerly studded with blue porcelain tiles. What apt nickname is given to the structure owing to this particular fact that it was once studded with blue porcelain tiles? So think of the origin of this material, where it comes from, and that gives a very quirky nickname to this place. This is significant because the last ruler of Golconda, Abdul Hassan Tanasha, was imprisoned in this particular place. So think of the relevance of blue porcelain here. That will give you a name, that will lead you to a name, a place of origin. So what is the name given to this prison? Moving on to the next question.
Question number 9. As per the Mughal Bijapur Treaty, Shahaji, the father of Chhatrapati Shivaji, was allowed to retain Pune Jagir but was barred from living there. Hence, as a compromise, he was given another Jagir in the southern region of Bijapur Sultanate. Which Jagir are we talking about? This Jagir, according to some sources, is believed to be the place where a grand ceremony of Shivaji's wedding has taken place. So think about the map of Bijapur Sultanate and think which place, which prominent place lies towards south of this map. That was question number 9. Moving on.
Here is question number 10. This place was hailed holy as the river at this place turned northwards towards the Kailasha or the Himalayas. So we call it the Uttaravahini, which is considered very auspicious in Hinduism. Hence, the then prevailing dynasty chose this particular site for the coronation of the kings. Which UNESCO World Heritage Site in the state of Karnataka are we talking about? It literally sort of translates to a place for coronation. Think of an Indian word for coronation, and you will get the name of this UNESCO World Heritage Site, a group of monuments to be specific. Which place in Karnataka are we talking about? Moving on to the next question.
Question number 11. The soil from a former Bahmani fort is used to oxidize and thus give a unique color to which decorative artwork? Here is a video which shows how the soil is collected by the artisans.
The soil used in this process is what makes it unique. It comes from a 600-year-old fort, which is just about 3 miles away from Muhammad Salimuddin's workshop. He says a chemical used in the fort's construction gives the soil a special quality.
वो प्रोसेस के चुनने से ही जो ज़मीन पे अफेक्ट होता है, मैग्नेटिक अफेक्ट हो जाता है, उसके अंदर की मिट्टी से ही ये कलर ब्लैक होता है. तो चोरी छुपी से हमारे कोई एक आधा बंदा जाके तो वो एक बार थैला ला लिए तो 8-10 साल ईजिली चलता है.
But before taking the soil, he checks the quality.
इसलिए टेस्ट करते हैं कि थोड़ी सी खारापना होता है सर.
Question number 12. Look at the second image. At which Deccan heritage site can you witness this marvel, scientifically explained by an effect that is depicted in the first image called the camera obscura? This is simply a natural optical phenomena. In photography, in modern photography, it was used in mid-19th century for the first time. But in ancient India, this was known and it was applied in the construction of a major heritage structure, which can be seen in the second image. So simply tell me what marvel witnessed at which structure are we talking about? So you have to say which feature and which structure as well. So that's question number 12. Moving on to the next one.
Question number 13. You can see an image of an ancient temple which was recently discovered near Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh. And the presiding deity here is Dash, who lends her name to an ancient dynasty. This deity is also worshipped in an eponymous village in the Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh called Kraka, where the dynasty is believed to have originated from. So which goddess or the dynasty are we talking about? The deity, the village, and the dynasty have a similar sounding name. So either give us the deity's name or the dynasty's name. That was question number 13. Moving on to next question.
Question number 14. The foundation of which political center of the 18th century India was laid on Saturday, 10 January 1730 and was inaugurated on Saturday, 22nd January 1732. So it roughly took 2 years to finish. Although the structure itself was lost in a fire in the 1800s, you can still find the fortification here. For a good part of 18th century, it was the center of Indian politics, the power seat of Indian politics back then. So which place is this? That was your question number 14. Moving on.
Question number 15. In the picture, you can see a seal released by a certain Nawab of a certain princely state during World War II. This princely state has an eponymous agricultural product that was introduced to this region by the ruler. It also has an alternative name given to it after the Nawab's name. Identify this agricultural product, which also has a geographic indicator tag given to it. Which agricultural product are we talking about? That was question 15. Moving on.
Question number 16. I think this is possibly the shortest question of today's quiz. The hammer-like equipment that you see in the picture is used for a very specific purpose during a certain time of the year. Tell me, for what purpose is this used? It is used to pound something that is fairly popular in the Middle East and the Indian subcontinent. I'm telling you, it's a certain time of the year. So what exactly is this hammer-like equipment used for? quite a simple question. See what is happening in the image. That will give you a lot of hint. So what is ponded using this? That is the question. Moving on to the next one.
Question number 17. In picture, you can see a British citizen named Prince Karim Al Husseini, also known to his followers as the Imam of Atomic Age. In 1969, which is also the birth centenary of a certain famous Indian, this person donated a monument of national importance to the people of India. Which monument are we talking about? Which monument related to a person whose birth centenary was celebrated in 1969? That was question number 17. Moving on to next question.
Question number 18. A certain Weaver family from Gadwal in Telangana goes into isolation for 6 weeks just before Dashera to create a special garment called the Gadwal Sheshavastram. It is later presented to the deity of which famous temple in a neighboring state is your question. So the former royal state of Gadwal is well known for this richly designed hand-woven saris. There is a legend that the view is so light that you can actually pack an entire sari in a matchbox. Of course, I haven't tried it. So yeah, that's about this garment. So it is presented to the deity of which famous temple in a neighboring state is the question. Moving on to the next one.
Question number 19. Saundarya Lahari is a literary work by Adi Shankara in praise of goddess Parvati. One of its verses reads as Dayavatya Dattam blank Shishu Raswadya Tava Yat, which means your nectar of wisdom to this blank child has made him a charming poet. Which word is believed to have been first used in this verse? Remember that this is a quiz on Deccan. Think of a word that represents the similar geography or even a bit larger geography than the Deccan. The word also means flowing knowledge in Sanskrit. Which word was first used in this verse is the question. That was question 19. Moving on to the final question.
So here is the final question for today's quiz, question number 20. This inscription found at the 1300-year-old Meguti Jain temple. This is in Aihole. This is historically significant due to many reasons. It's actually one of the very few inscriptions in India which precisely dates the Kurukshetra war. It says 3,375 years have passed since the Bharata war. It very specifically says. So that's one thing. And it is also the earliest dated inscription to mention a particular name. The name of a very famous scholar. I said Aihole, a Chalukya heritage site. And the interesting part is he didn't even live in this era or in this territory. It simply says how widespread his fame was. So which scholar's name appears for the very first time in this inscription? That's your question. That's the final question. Remember, you have 60 seconds to submit your answers. Anything you submit later will not be considered. So please do it within the next 60 seconds. All right, this was Atulya Deccan, a quiz on the Deccan heritage presented to you by TACON and Curiosity. I would like to take a moment here to thank all our patrons. That is the intact chapters of Bagalkote, Hyderabad, Pune, Warangal and Narayanpet for supporting us in this little initiative of ours. Participants, please remember there'll be a Q&A session where we'll discuss all these answers sharp at 11:35 a.m. You can find the link to the YouTube video. If you scroll down this webpage, it's in the bottom. You can find the link there. So we'll meet you at 11:35 with all the answers. Thank you so much for being part of this event. Thank you one and all.
Thank you all.